Hello students, today we are going to discuss question answers of the poem Laugh and Be Merry by John Masfield. In my last lecture we have analyzed the poem and we come to know that this poem suggests us to have a positive attitude towards life. Here the poet wants to tell us that we have come in this world for a short period of time. Here he has signified this world to a beautiful inn where all human beings are there for a temporary period. There we are here for a you can say a limited span of time. So he wants us to enjoy the every moment of life, and he mainly the main theme of the poem here is what he wants us to have optimistic approach towards life. So let's discuss the question answers now. Question number 1. What do you think the poet means when he says better the world with a blow in the teeth of a wrong? Now here in the poem, poet mainly wants us to have a very optimistic approach towards life, but he also wants to tell us that we should not only just enjoy the life, we should not only keep on laughing and enjoying all luxuries of life, but he also want us to speak for what is wrong. Means he wants to tell us that this world is a very beautiful place created by God, but we should keep in mind that if someone is doing wrong, we should have the courage to speak up and stop that person from doing wrong, stop that person from having bad intention. And he wants to tell us that those people who are doing wrong, who are causing harm to someone, we should stop them from doing that, and those people should be punished there and then, so that no other one tries or no other one gets encouraged for doing those evil acts again. So here he is telling us that we should blow in the teeth of a wrong. Means what? We should stop the people who are trying to do any evil in the society to make this place a very beautiful place to live in. Here God has created this earth very beautifully here. He wants us to enjoy the everything which he has created. But he wants to tell us that there are some evil people, some people who are having those evil mindset, who try to cause harm in the society. So we should stop them by punishing them. Then only there will be peace in the society. After that, what are the two reasons to keep laughing? Now, here he wants to, here in the entire poem, we will come to know that the poet wants to tell us that keep laughing, be merry, and it should be you can say part and parcel of everyone's life. We should enjoy every moment of life. But here he is saying there are two reasons to keep on laughing. The first main reason is what? We are here in this world for a short period of time. Here he is saying, here the poet has compared our life to a mere thread here. He is saying where we come at the end of the thread, the lifespan of ours will end. In the same way, here he is saying that the person who keeps on complaining about life, who is very mournful, who doesn't enjoy life, he never knows when his life will end, and at the end, the last stage of his life, where he will feel that God had gifted me such a beautiful life and I did enjoy it. So the first reason, the main thing is that we are in this world for a limited span of time, for you can say a temporary period, so we should enjoy it to our fullest. And the other thing he wants us to keep laughing is that God has created this entire world for us. He has created for us human beings here. So he is saying that we should make most out of it. We should try everything which is in the nature here. We should always take it as a sign of God that he wants us to learn something from this nature. He wants us to keep shining. He wants us to keep blossoming. He wants us to keep showering. So these are the two main reasons. After that, why did God make the earth according to the poet? Now, according to the poet, God had made this whole world so beautiful and unique. He finds joy and humor in celebrating each and every aspect cheerfully. So that's why he has fill the whole world with happiness as he likes to rule in joy. He wants us to live it very happily. He wants us to enjoy everything in the nature. When he just created this world, he felt that he was in a very happy mood. He felt that I have created so nicely. I want to create human beings who can enjoy this world, who can feel that they are the gift of God, and they can really feel the nature. Now, question number 4. How did God make the earth and what did he fill it with? Now, the poet says that God had made the world for joy and happiness, and he had filled it with mirth, that is humor, joy and happiness. God likes to rule in joy and encourage in this way to enjoy life till the end. He wants us to enjoy life till the end. After that, what does he compare mankind to? Here, poet has compared mankind to mere thread. It implies that life of a mankind is so short that the thread can break any time and any way. We can any time come at the end of the thread. The poet asks us to enjoy our life so cheerfully that you should be proud of yourself till the end. At the end of the life, when you are at your deathbed, or when you are very grown, very old, that time you should feel, whatever life I have lived, I am content with my life. I am satisfied with my life here. So that's why you can say here that poet has compared in the poem life with a mere thread here. After that, what is the theme of the poem? Here, student, here you can say the main theme of the poem is to have an optimistic approach towards life. Here the poet has encouraged us to live our life to the fullest. He wants us to live life very happily, joyfully, enjoying everything which is in the nature, helping others, feel everyone is one. All human beings are one. We should not discriminate each other on the basis of caste, creed and race. We should always feel whoever we are, whichever country we belong to, whichever you can say religion we are, what color skin we might have, but at the end we all are same. We all are human beings, and we all are created by one Lord who is the main creator of this earth, and who is our creator also. After that, what is the poet's opinion to God and faith? How does this come through in the poem? Now, from this poem, we come to know that God has made many things in the world for human beings. He wants all of us to enjoy each and everything very joyfully to the fullest. He explained that God has created everything for humans only, and he feels that my creatures, means we, are all good in nature, and we should always feel that we all are one. We should never discriminate each other, and if we find that some people are trying to cause harm in the society, so he also feels that we should stop them from doing that. So here we come to know that he really has faith in God. Whatever in the entire poem he wants to tell us that God has created this nature for human beings. God wants us to be very happy in our life. God has sent us in this world for a limited period of time. God doesn't want us to discriminate each other. He wants all of us to live together happily. We all are one. So everything is connected to God in the poem. Whatever poet is trying to tell us is everything is connected to God. So we can come to know that he really has a lot of faith in God and his creation. After that, what do you think that the last two lines mean, and how do they fit into the theme of the poem? Now, in the last two lines of the poem, here the poet wants to tell us that we don't know that when our life will come to an end. So he's saying that you should enjoy the every moment of life, and the end means when your song stops, or when the dance stops. Here he wants to tell us in the last two lines. So it means that we never know when we are going to breathe our last here. So for that reason he wants to tell us that please enjoy living your life happily. You never know when your life is going to end. So this it really fits in the theme of the poem, because it is really correct what writer wants to say here, that God has created us. He knows what is there in our destiny, for how many years we are going to live in this world. So we should enjoy each and every moment of our life. After that, question number 4. Can you explain some of the figure of speech in the poem? Now children, here mainly in the poem you will find metaphor is used, because poet has compared time to a length of thread. Means the lifespan of a human being is compared to a thread. We never know when the thread's end is going to come. Means when our life is going to end. So the main figure of speech here in the poem is metaphor. Nextly, you can say the poet has used one more next figure of speech is hyperbole, where he has exaggerated that the sky has the ability to retain man's thirst here. He is saying the blue cup here. The blue cup signifies the sky, the blue sky. So here hyperbole, he has exaggerated the sky to the cup here. After that, the figure, one more figure of speech which is used mainly in the poem is personification, where human beings are compared to the stars. So three main figure of speech are used in the poem. First one is metaphor, then hyperbole, and the last one is personification. After that, comment on the relationship between death, time, and life. Now, here in this poem, very beautifully you can find these three things, death, time, and life, are connected or interconnected with each other. Here the poet wants to say, we don't know for the time span for which we have come into this world. It can be 35, 40, 50, 60 or 100 years. We never know when the death, when we are going to breathe our last here. And this time, whatever time we are here in this world is our lifespan. So in this way you can understand what is the connection between death, time and life. The time which we are here in this world is known as lifespan, and we don't know when the time is going to end, means when we are going to die. So very nicely the poet has interconnected all the main things in the poem. I hope you have understood the question answers nicely now. Please go through the video lecture where I have discussed where I have analyzed the poem, and then again go through this video lecture of question answer. Then you will understand the poem more nicely. Thank you.